Hi, it's good to be with you. I've got my bud Jesus here, and we have a story for you. We sure do miss being with you on Sunday, but I hope you'll enjoy this story. Because you know that right now people are having a hard time. I know you're probably having to stay home a lot. You're not able to be together with your friends. Things can get a little discouraging, but this is a great story because it's a story about hope, and it's called After the Fall, and it's by Dan Santat. So, After the Fall. You probably remember that story about a guy named Humpty Dumpty who fell off a wall. It didn't end well. Well, this is maybe what happened, how Humpty Dumpty got back up again. My name is Humpty Dumpty. This was my favorite spot, high up on the wall. I know it's an odd place for an egg to be, but I loved being close to the birds. Then one day I fell. I'm sort of famous for that part. Folks called it the Great Fall, which sounds a little grand. It was just an accident, but it changed my life. Fortunately, all the king's men managed to put me back together. Well, most of me. There were some parts that couldn't be healed with bandages and glue. After that day, I became afraid of heights. I was so scared that it kept me from enjoying some of my favorite things. I walked past the wall every day, and I would think about climbing that ladder again. I really missed the birds and being high above the city, but I could never do it because I knew that accidents can happen. I eventually settled for watching the birds from the ground. It wasn't the same, but it was better than nothing. Then one day, an idea flew by. Making planes was harder than I thought. It was easy to get cuts and scratches, but day after day, I kept trying and trying until I got it just right. My plane was perfect, and it flew like nothing could stop it. I hadn't felt that happy in a long time. It wasn't the same as being up in the sky with the birds, but it was close enough. Unfortunately, accidents happen. They always do. I almost walked away again, but then I thought about all the time I'd spent working on my plane and all the other things I'd missed. I decided I was going to climb that wall. But the higher I got, the more nervous I felt. I didn't want to admit it. I was terrified. I didn't look up. I didn't look down. I just kept climbing, one step at a time, until I was no longer afraid. Maybe now you won't think of me as that egg who is famous for falling. Crack, crack. Hopefully, you'll remember me as the egg who got back up and learned how to fly. The end. What a great story. What a great story with hope there at the end. And you know, all that time, we just thought that Humpty Dumpty was an egg. But he was an egg waiting to hatch and become a bird. And that reminded me of a verse in the Bible that says, anyone who is a friend of Jesus is a brand new creation. We are all being made brand new every day. And I hope when you wake up in the morning, you'll remember how much God loves you and that every day you are a brand new creation. May God bless you tonight. I love you and I miss you. Sweet dreams.